from 100.
All right, welcome back. You're watching Liquid Lunch on Biz TV. I'm John Tabacco. We are whipping it through this Freaky Friday. I have this bottle of bourbon left over from the 90th birthday celebration last night, so I'm going to be taking down a healthy portion of this during the rest of the show today. But you don't need to be drunk to laugh at this guy. He comes with us every Friday and joins us to crack you up. He's here with us right now, as usual, the one, the only, Barry Goldsmith, professor, architectural historian, award-winning comedy writer, and host of the Been There, Haven't Done That radio show heard here in New York on Sunday nights on WOR Radio. And he is here to make you laugh. Now, Barry, thank you for joining us again, as usual, you man.
Thank you, John. I know that our president is in trouble right now in the ratings, so I have one or two suggestions before we go on our routine. First of all, people are tired of hearing I guess the metaphor from 2016 when he ran the first time. I can go down Fifth Avenue and shoot anyone and get away with it. Well, it's time to update it. In 2020, I can walk down and shoot anyone on Fifth Avenue with the Russian COVID vaccine and get away.
All right, that's one for the good guys.
Thank you.
Let me ask you this. I know you got a lot of things on your mind with the masks and all this whole crazy mask situation. What's happening there?
Well, let's face it. Americans can't mask. The masks are getting so much attention. Well, I just discovered something, and let me show it to you. First of all, I found two statues that were not toppled in urban rioting. Plus, they are in front of a federal building in New York City that wasn't defaced at all. So that in itself should get them into the Guinness Kindle of Records. Thank you.
The old Kindle Ruski.
Okay, now let's take a look at it. Okay, I mean, I think masks are a bit overdone. First of all, justice is blind. The poor woman can't see. Okay, now with a mask, she can't speak or breathe. What do they want to do? Choke the statue altogether? Come on. I mean,
they should put a pair of earmuffs on her. They should put a pair of earmuffs on her, and she'll be hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. At this point,
right? Which you'll see my version of it next week. Oh. Anyway, I guess the judge issued a gag order there. And you know what? I think courts should be funnier. As a comedy writer, I went to law school. I would have continued if I could have written gags for judges' gag orders. That would have been what I had in the future.
Let me ask you this, Barry. That's pretty funny. What other New Yorkers are wearing masks all the time when they don't have to?
Oh, tell me about it. You know, take a look at this. This is the Metropolitan Museum of Art. The Arms and Armor Hall. Even the horses are wearing masks. I mean, how crazy is that? And you know what? And on top of it all, the riders and the horses don't have to wear masks because the Metropolitan Museum of Art is closed. I mean, is that ridiculous?
It's outrageous. And let me ask you this. Now, you're a man about town. You're a professor at NYU. You know all the best. Architectural things in New York City. You know New York City like the back of your hands. Are there other places in New York where you don't have to wear a mask?
Yes, and I'll tell you what it is. In fact, people complain about wearing masks, being forced to wear masks on buses. I mean, take a look at this. This is totally getting out of hand. But half the buses in New York, thanks to de Blasio, are not in service. And you still have to wear a mask. And I think that buses not in service are an affront to God-fearing Christians, Jews, and Muslims. Because let's face it, not in service appeals to atheist bus riders. I mean, hello? And as an urban planner and architect, I'll tell you something else about not in service. They're building a new community from scratch in New Jersey, all right? and they already have a name for that new community. It's right outside New York. It's called Not in Service, New Jersey, because most of the New York City buses go there anyway.
All right. Let me ask you this. It's the second week of August. A lot of highlights out there. What were the big stories this week, the last couple of weeks?
Oh, well, lots of them. I mean, for instance, let's take a look first maybe at Kamala Harris, okay? She's getting a lot of buzz, lots of it. I didn't realize until she was picked as a vice presidential candidate that not only is she half black, she's also half Indian. And you know what? Donald Trump is very worried because that she's Kamala Harris is half Indian. He thinks he's going to lose the state of Indiana. You know how he said that Joe Biden does not believe in God?
Yep.
I heard now, because Kamala Harris is half Indian, he's now saying because Kamala Harris is half Indian, she believes in too many gods.
So they got to level it out.
Exactly.
He has no gods. She has many gods. Let me ask you this. Supposedly they're going to start reopening businesses, and there's this stop and go process here. How are the store reopenings going?
Well, first of all, there's good news in reopening businesses, and at the same time, you get kids out of the house. And you know how you can reopen business and get kids out of the house? Go back to child labor. Hey, right? Okay. Actually,
no,
it is.
I can't give you that one. We can't go back to child labor.
It is taking longer than it should. You know, so many mom and pop stores were closed so long that they've now become grandma and grandpa stores. That's how long it is.
All right. And what about Christmas? Do we have anything? Do you think it'll be a good Christmas season?
Do you know who's going to face eviction? Okay. Store Santa Clauses. I mean, I used to love the store Santa Claus. In fact, they're so depressed they've actually lost weight. And, anyway, you know,
Santa's got anorexia because he's depressed.
Yeah.
What about last thing in our last minute? Mail-in voting.
Mail-in voting. First of all, there's good news. Okay, there's a classic movie called The Postman Rings Twice. Well, they're doing a reboot of it, a remake. It's called The Postman Never Rings. So,
all right.
I think Donald Trump not only knows more than his generals, he knows more than his postmaster general.
He should. All right, we got to leave it there, Barry. You're the bomb. Thanks so much. We got to take a quick break right here. Kick off hour 2 right after this.